So I have some fantastic news for you renters in Massachusetts, or you future renters in Massachusetts, or do I? Governor Healey recently announced a proposal to eliminate renter-paid brokers' fees. So if you've ever rented an apartment in or around the Boston area, you'll know that you are expected to come to the table with the first month's rent, usually the last month's rent, a security deposit of another month, and finally 1 month's rent for a broker fee. Now that broker fee typically gets paid to the real estate agent that was actually hired by the landlord or the property owner. Now, renters can still choose to use a real estate agent themselves, and that's a whole different conversation, but this proposal is really about eliminating the fee paid to the agent that was hired by the landlord, and that fee coming from the renter, because the renter didn't choose to hire that person. Now, listen, I totally stand behind this. I think it is ridiculous that renters were ever expected to pay a real estate agent commission for an agent that they themselves didn't choose to hire. Now, in reality, what is going to be the outcome of this? I don't think landlords are really going to just roll over and say, okay, you guys win, we'll pay the commission, and that'll be the end of it. What's likely going to happen is that these real estate agents are still going to provide service for these landlords and owners. And what's going to happen is the owners are simply going to roll the cost of those real estate agents into the monthly rent payment. So they'll pay for it out of pocket, and they're just going to increase the rental rates for, depending on the value of the apartment. Let's say it's a $2,000 a month apartment. Those rents are just going to go up $150 a month in addition to whatever they were already going to go up. So I don't think this is, you're not going to find a loophole for capitalism here. Like, people aren't being forced to move into these apartments. Tenants are paying these willingly. So it's still a supply and demand economy. This is still capitalism. You're not finding any loopholes in capitalism here. And in my opinion, I think it makes sense to sort of simplify things, and it honestly will be less of a kick in the stomach for these renters who are getting in, and they're not going to have to pay 4 months rent out of pocket now. They'll have to pay 3. And I think that'll take the edge off for sure. But I think in the long run, they're going to end up paying these commissions just by paying a higher rental rate. So let me know what you guys think about this. I think at the end of the day, the biggest issue here is Massachusetts housing shortage. Until that gets resolved, rental rates are still going to be crazy. Home purchase prices, are still going to be ridiculous. So I don't see any of this just being instantly resolved just because the brokers' fees are getting shifted from the renters to the landlords. The market's still going to work this out naturally, and people are still going to pay crazy amounts for rent. So drop a comment, let me know what you think, and thank you guys for watching.